Space engineers. Okay, folks, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I've been playing this for a while, but I want to show you guys what I've been up to, alright? So, Ev, come on, put the intro up.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Play, Let's Go, Let's See, Let's Do. And today, what the hell are we going to do?
Well, I think I gave it away in the title, didn't I? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Space Engineers, okay? So don't worry, this is not going to be a tutorial because I probably suck at doing this. I'm actually going to let you guys know what I've been doing. So there's an arc welder in this game, there is a drill, there is a, well, that thing where you can crush rocks and break things and everything, and of course you can actually build shit. So yeah, this is definitely not a tutorial, but I've gotten kind of invested in this game, I must admit, because it is freaking interesting. So basically, it's your typical go off, mine resources, and build shit type of game. Turn the lights on so we can all fucking see, and obviously I've done this really well, so it's at night time, so of course it doesn't give you the full experience, but it gives you at least something to do. So what do we got here? So what happens is when you first start the game, you get dropped off by a pod, and then you can go and basically just mine resources and build shit. And as you can see here, some of these things are, well, you find along the way, and then other things you kind of level up and everything. So you've got all this stuff here. That is a cargo container. That's a set of pipes. Over here we've got a battery, which is yeah, I'll go into that a little bit later. So that's pretty much at max, isn't it? Yeah, we're fully charged. So obviously, we've got the wind turbines up here, and there is an actual reason for their placement. It's not just because of the aesthetics. Over here, we've got, what the hell is this fucking thing? Is it an O2H2 generator? Yes, it is. So basically, you are refining your hydrogen that you got, your frozen water, into hydrogen and oxygen. And here is a hydrogen tank, and it's full, which is, believe me, takes a fucking long time to fill up, I'll tell you that much. So over here is one of the ships I actually built, and I have actually just gone onto YouTube and see how these people have actually done it, because I would have had no idea. I've taken this thing into space once, so let's go in and just see what we have a look. So this is the external view, and I haven't played this game for a while. I don't know what the fuck I'm pressing. Here we go. So yeah, key's a little bit different to Star Citizen. So that's me in there in the green spacesuit. Say hello, me. And yeah, obviously the ship is docked, and I actually have it docked to the hydrogen, pretty much, what do we call it, container tank, purely because it's easier to fuel up your ship that way. But don't worry, I'm not going to go off and fly around with this. I just wanted to show you guys this, and trust me, there's more to it than this. So over here was something I built to actually have a drone come in and land, and I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later. And yeah, so this was the starting area, and obviously coming new to the game, no one knows what the fuck they're doing, so obviously you go around, you fuck around, you learn. So there used to be more shit in here, but this is here where you actually charge up your health and your hydrogen, assuming you have all these things connected. And yeah, that was just my first attempt at making a base. Now, the second attempt, and I'm flying very much like this intentionally, so you guys don't exactly see what else I've done. I want to save that for a little bit later in the video. The second attempt at building a base was I wanted to kind of hide it into the mountain, because, you know, there's only like me playing in this sandbox environment, and I wanted to hide it from myself. Yeah. Exactly. So here we've got the solar panels, which obviously they're not working at the moment because it's nighttime. And this is where we've got a few more things. This is the main hangar bay. But before that, I'll show you a little bit of what I call the med bay. And again, you're going to see something very similar from before. So this charges up everything. Again, you have to have all these commodities connected. If they're not connected, it doesn't fucking work. So we've got the hangar bay. We've got my mining ship here. Again, this has been pilfered from other YouTube videos where I sat there. Oh, okay. Why did that increase? Anyway, fuck it. But yeah, pilfered that off from a few videos. This one I also think I got off from a different video, so I was just trying my hand at building stuff. This one I built myself. As you can see by the design, it is really bad, but it is really good for cargoes. And this is the drone that I mentioned before. Again, I was trying to build this off somebody's video, trying to have this thing fly automatically to pick up some shit. It did, but it didn't perform well. So I've just been using this as a bit of a manual drone where I just go in and fly it around like that, which is also quite cool. So I just have a seat on top of this thing. Basically, it's just going off to pick up the resources that I've mined and comes back and does what it's meant to be doing. But I have not dared to actually use the automation part of that in here because I'm afraid to fucking fly into the wall. Over here we got a couple of batteries, about 6 of them in this base. They're all fully charged. And of course we've got some stuff here just to fuck around. So we've got the hangar door, which we can turn on and off, which I've just turned on. We can also open and close the door, which is, I know folks, it's little things, but still it is pretty fucking cool. So once this thing closes, it means this whole base is airtight. And obviously I've got the medical room door over there, which for whatever reason, I don't remember why. Oh yes, because when I first built this base, I needed power to be saved everywhere because, yeah, it was, charging with solar panels, not exactly as efficient as what you may think. So yeah, we'll just do a little bit of extra power for whatever reason I'm doing that. There we go. So this is what I look like. Obviously I've collected these things along the way. I'm not going to go into where I found them. I mean, if you guys really want me to do a let's play tutorial thing, I can definitely go off and do one, but that's up to you guys in the comments. But again, this is more of a bit of a show and tell. So all this stuff that you've seen here, I've had to mine out with the ship. I've had to collect the resources. I've had to build these things, build the lights. So it's all been interesting. And of course, this is what I would call, I don't want to call it the engine room, but this is the major part of the base. So obviously we've got some of our components which we can actually stack, as you can see there. And these are all parts and materials that you can use to build other shit. So yeah, over here we have got the refined resources, and this is based on the periodic table. So basically you got your silver, your cobalt, your iron, your silicon, all that lovely stuff. Over here should be the raw materials, so we've got ice and again everything else, which is very nice. And over here is what I call miscellaneous, because I just didn't know what else to fucking do with these things. Like for example, space credits. Apparently I have a lot of them. I don't know what I can do with them in this sandbox thing. But anyway, good to have them. Why the medkits are there, I have no idea. But anyway, things happen when everything's connected. What the hell's that? Vegetable seeds. Oh yeah, it's because the new patch comes in and now you can do food. Interesting. Okay, so over here is again the hydrogen container. So I have one on this base as well, and that is filling up very slowly. It wasn't my priority to do that. Over here is some interesting things. So this here is an actual hydrogen engine, which you can use to power things. Over here is my O2H2 generator to convert ice to whatever. This is the refinery, and this bad boy is the bad boy, the biggest one. It's got all these modules on it to make it go quicker and improve yield. And we've got the assembler, which has got very similar things. And of course, it wouldn't be a Hey Ev base if you couldn't turn the power on and off. Now, that didn't fucking look right, but yeah, here we go, the light indicators. Green means on, red means off. And again, I did this at the very beginning to save power, because these things chew through power like you would not believe. Over here is some doors where you can close out, but yeah, this was going to be something spectacular. It turned out being something else. Over here is what I've called as the server room. So basically we've got some event controllers here, and we've got some timer blocks, which I use for something a little bit further down the corridor. Shall we go there? Yeah, let's go there, fuck it. So, a bit of flying here with a jetpack. This is a bit of stabilization things, and yeah, here we go. These are the drills. So I'm using the event controllers to actually work these drills, but also, if you have a look at them, there's a fuckload there. Let's go down this way. Yep, we've got the rotor to make them spin, and we've also got the pistons, and I've got the event controllers hooked up to the pistons on a timer per rotation and everything like that. So it's all fucking cool shit. So basically all it does is there's a big drill pushing forward and spinning out in a circle, and that's how you get this thing. Then I go through and I painstakingly build this path. To be honest with you, it was designed for a little bit of extra room, and then I just went stupid and kept on going. Obviously you have to redo the drill, but as I have everything connected with these pipes that you saw before, it allows the resources, in other words the stone in this case and whatever other things I can find, to actually just be pumped into the the big containers that back there. So yeah, that's the base. And I must admit, look, it's nothing spectacular, but I am quite proud of it. Because when I first started, I had no fucking idea what I'm doing. And to be honest with you, still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But this isn't the reason why I wanted to do this video, okay? This is just a little bit of a show and tell. And if you're still watching at this point, good on you. The real reason that I wanted to do this is because I kind of, and you've seen these ships around, and if you want me to fly them, I can also show you what it looks like. But what I actually wanted to do was build like a Star Citizens type of ship inside this game. Okay, I've heard that it can be done, but I wanted to build it myself. So what I've done is, and probably at night time it does look a little bit cool, I'll just go over here this way. I've built myself a kind of little like Star Wars platformy thing, kind of like on, what was it, Coruscant? Don't worry about this thing here, this is not finished yet, it's work in progress. But yeah, over there in the distance is my first attempt at a ship. Now when you look at it like this, it kind of looks a bit dodgy and a little bit not exactly well thought through, and you know what, you'd be fucking right. Now this thing is a beast, at least in my pathetic way of playing the game. So it looks, for me at least, quite cool. A lot of time was invested to get the materials and to build this shit. This is not something you can do in 5 minutes, and if you can, good luck to you. The actual pad itself took about an hour to build, so yeah, it gives you a bit of an understanding as to how this works. And if you're wondering, geez, Ev, an hour just to build that, just wait, there's more. But I'll show you that maybe a little bit later, depending if you're good. But what we really want to see is inside the ship. Now, what the hell is going on here? So with spaceships, what you have to make sure you can do is pressurize the fucking thing. So that's why I've put doors and shit like this all over the place to pressurize them. And I have checked, it is working. So here we've got some extra commodities and things that I need. So we've got some storage containers or cargo containers. We've got quite a few batteries, a couple of event controllers, and a few other little bits and pieces here and there. Why? Because if you're going off into a mission, you want to be prepared. And this thing here is the fucking air vent, and that's what allows things to be pressurized. But I'll get into that a little bit later. I also have at the back a hangar door, so the damn thing can open and close. So what's that? We've got the O2 generator there, so I can breathe. And it is very important. You're literally building a ship for yourself to breathe and to fly around and make sure it works. I can safely say that I believe that everything is in place to actually fly the fucking thing. I haven't tried it yet. Yeah. That's the plan. If you guys, and I'll probably end the video a little bit later, but if you guys are really interested to see me take this ship out for the first time, I have not flown it yet at all. But if you're really interested for me to take this out, I will do another video, and I'll obviously save a copy of this just in case I crash and fucking burn. But ultimately, that's what this ship looks like. So it's, yeah, it doesn't have any weapons on it yet. I haven't done it yet. So this is my first attempt. I mentioned it. It's very different to the little ones you saw. But you're probably wondering to yourselves, okay, that's what it looks like. How the fuck do you fly it? I've created a bridge. And so we've got a couple seats here. There's nothing else in there. Huge fucking windows, because I thought that would make sense. As you're flying a ship through space, you need to fucking see. Especially in that view. So worst comes to worst, it's very nice and panoramic, let's say it like that. And I've got the cockpit where I have it, because you wouldn't let me put it any fucking closer, but that's alright. I've got lights, which I can't remember how to turn on, to be honest. I should actually figure that one out. And so yeah, now I'm in the pilot seat, and this is what I can see. So this is the arse end of the ship at the bottom where the connector is, and it's now docked. So if I want to, and the game decided to save itself. It probably knows I'm going to do something stupid now. If I want to, I can actually, and I probably will do this, I will take the batteries off charge, And I will turn on the atmospheric thrusters. Can't have button number 2. There we go. And now you'll see that these things have turned on. And I've just pressed the wrong button because I'm playing the wrong fucking game. So yeah. Those things are on. Let's go and have a look and see what that is. And let's also have a look at the rest of this part here too. Nah, they're not on by default. But the batteries are. Okay, because I've now switched everything to on. And power wise, what's it saying? It's got 1 second to charge. So we're all good. Power, we're good. Yeah. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. We want to get out of here. And yeah. I could put sensors in for it to see me coming and knowing what it needs to do. But yeah. Let's go into this. Oh, hang on, that's an important part. I forgot. Outside of the atmospheric thrusters, I have this survival kit. So just in case I die, at least it can spawn me somewhere near my ship. So I'm actually quite happy about that. So you have to think of everything in this game. Obviously, you got the thrusters, you got the connection point, and this here is the reason why it took an hour to build this thing. It's not because I suck. Well, probably. But yeah, underneath here, what I've done is I've actually hidden a bit of the commodities. So obviously, you need a lot of hydrogen fuel for the hydrogen thrusters, and that ship has a lot of them. And to have a lot of fuel, it's not just filling up the ship and saying, here you go. You need to have the commodities in place. So in other words, think of this as the BP service station, just underground. So I've got a tank here, I've got a couple of H2O2 converters here. I've got my drills that you saw back there, but we could probably have a look a little bit later. Let's have a look here, what's in there. Let's scroll down, those are all the drills. And here we go, the landing pad connector, that's got some ice in it. And the landing pad cargo container, that's this thing here, and it's got half of it full, and these are the generators, and they're getting stuff ready, and they're popping in all the commodities, all the lovely hydrogen, and also a few components for my ship. But that's pretty much what it is, and that's those drills that are there. So the intent is to mine underneath and have it all there and ready, and so I can fly this bad boy around, and off we go, all good. I also have over here a little bit of a control panel, okay? Nothing spectacular. More so it's just to save me from going underneath the whole time. And if I click on, and there's a lot of lights, but if I click on, where's the fucking hydrogen thing? There you go. So I've got my tank A and tank B at 97%, and tank C, D, E, and F are all around 40. And if you're asking yourselves why, they were a second thought. That's why. So yeah, realizing that there's a fuckload of shit here. That ship I've called the Rover. I don't know why, but I thought that was a cool name for it. But yeah, obviously you can do a fuckload here. And if you're interested, let me know. I can put something together for a tutorial of some kind. But yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I forgot. I also have, and again, this thing is designed to go into space. I've got back here, you may or may not be able to see it. It's the actual hydrogen tank. So I've got 2 of them, 1 on each thruster. And I've got some solar panels to charge my batteries up in space, just in case I do something fucking stupid, which, knowing me, can happen very quickly. Got thrusters all over the place. So I think, and I said this before, I think everything is ready to go. I've got fuel. I can come back and actually fuel up again. I have been to space once before in another ship, so I think I know how to get there. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do. Shall I actually take off? Shall this bad boy head into space?